have a question for you guys. What type of pie you don't have to bake? Answer it before moving on. Hello everybody, this is Sabe Hedgehog 2.9 and my dad is eating field pie. Look at it. Look at it.
You see me?
Yes, I see it. I see it.
Delicioso.
That is field pie.
Delicioso. Field pie. Feel me? Get more.
Okay. While we're staring at this toast, I wanted to tell you guys about what I found out yesterday. Yesterday, I was watching Hayate the Combat Butler. Sorry if this is a spoiler, but it was a really good story. It was about Nagi, the main heroine of the story, and Hayate, the main hero of the story. Nagi is a rich billionaire daughter of the citizens, and Hayate is a bankrupt butler. His parents abandoned him with 100 million yen debt over his head. Yen because, of course, they're in Japan. And Mistress Nagi since she was a billionaire, she was able to pay off Hayate's loan with no problem. Well, anyway, the story goes on like this. In the third season, Hayate goes to save the mistress once again after being kidnapped. But then this strange little girl pops out of nowhere and tries to distract Hayate. And Hayate doesn't care who she is. He just says, grab on. And he can ride a bike at 60 miles per hour. So he got off the car in no time. After that, of course, he had to beat up all the guys who kidnapped Mr. Snoggy. After that, they went home. Then, that strange little girl with purple hair said she was Nagi's younger sister. Turns out she was after this family treasure called the Black Camellia. And the story goes on from there, but it's really cool. That's how you know what's going on. Now, what happened at the end of the story? One of the funny parts is Izumi never snaps, never says bad words, okay? Izumi is Nagi's best friend and same age. And that little girl I was talking about, Rugi, Nagi's younger sister supposed to be. She knows this ancient fighting technique of so-called systema. Systema is a technique where the attackee releases fast defense blows to hurt the opponent without inflicting serious damage without actually hitting that hard. Because of the sudden impact still with me. Now, Izumi and Rugi were fighting. And what happened was that when Izumi and Rugi were fighting, Rugi did systema on Izumi. And Izumi snapped and said, I'm going to send you all the hell. Then all of a sudden, she started using this shadow ball move and zapped everyone. Even the people whom she attacked, she got their bodies were full of electricity. Okay, back to the story of the Black Camellia. The Black Camellia is actually a Sanzanin family heirloom. That's supposed to be a watch, but the watch isn't really a watch. It's a sword. Of course, being the hero of the story, Hayate got stabbed with the sword. the Black Camellia. Early on, the story of the Black Camellia went on, and as time went by, the Black Camellia used to be owned by a king from the olden days, and who wanted to live forever. So he invented this sword called the Black Chameleon. Every time it would be used, it would transform into a sword. And every time you stab yourself, you get absorbed into the sword. Your soul gets absorbed into the sword. Whoever gets stabbed next, you, whoever gets stabbed next, that soul goes into, and then that person's soul goes into the sword. Basically, for example, I got stabbed, and then you got stabbed with the sword that I got stabbed with. My soul would go into your body while your soul went into the sword. So that's basically what happened with Hayate, and not the king, but Nagi's father, who died before she was even born. Yet one night, Nagi's father was taking the Black Camellia back to his girl named Dolly, the patron of the king that was trapped inside the sword. Not really trapped, but sealed inside the sword. And when he was driving, he accidentally opened it, and to save himself from a car accident, he stabbed himself with a Black Camellia. And instead of him dying, his body died with the king's soul inside. So, Nagi's father was trapped inside the watch from then. Nagi's mother had already died 8 years prior from the current time. And since Hayate got stabbed with the sword, Hayate got sucked into the sword while Nagi's father, Shin Hayek, got sucked into Hayate's body. Inside the Black Camellia, there's a miracle can happen, but you have to literally sacrifice your soul. After you sing a song while wearing a girl's dress, yeah, I know that's a pretty weird thing to do. And then when you sing, once your song ends, when you're singing, a miracle will happen. When the song ends, your soul will disappear from that world. But Nagi's father was happy to help Hayate and Nagi out. Since he didn't want to leave his daughter, but sadly, Shin didn't want to be alive again, so because his wife was dead already, even though his daughter was still living, he decided to still decided to be with his wife, since there's a good man looking after his daughter. And you should know who that is. Hayate Ayasaki.
Give me the key. Give me the key.
No, I need to get it because I don't have.
So Shin stabbed himself again with the Black Camellia when Dolly was asking for it while strangling Nagi. Shin saved Nagi and stabbed himself so Hayate would come back. Once Hayate came back, Hayate defeated Dolly, but they were about done. Once Dolly was defeated, she wanted to have rest until Nagi said something that really touched her heart. Just before, the last words before her father's body died with the king's soul in it, he said, "I love you, darling."
I love you too.
Darling. And then, what happened next? What happened next was that Hey, well, we're almost out of time. I'll continue the story later. Goodbye for now. Look at the bread. And I'll upload 3 episodes today just because it's a special day. Goodbye. And thank you for listening to me. Later on. I've been Saber the Hedgehog 2.9. So long for now. Say Kenyans. Say Sabians, I mean.